Hi there and welcome to another Revision Talks with Media History Turn. This time we're looking at America, 1918 to 1941 for the Edexcel iGCSE topic. In this video I'm going to talk you through the New Deal, how Roosevelt tried to solve the problems of the Great Depression. I'm going to talk through different alphabet agencies and how they tried to solve the problems of America, how they impacted people's lives, talk about successes and failures. So use this to revise your knowledge, and then if you find it useful, do subscribe to my playlist. You'll find in there more videos. You'll also find tutoring videos talking through how to answer questions. And if all this is useful, do follow the links to my Amazon page and you can get a revision guide where all this is neatly packaged in one place. So use this video now to revise your knowledge. So what were the three R's then? Well, we've got relief, which is to help the poor, to give them the food and charity they need. Recovery, to invest to get businesses up and running again. And reform, laws to prevent this from happening again, to protect those banks. So Roosevelt started as president in March 1933. He organised what's called the Brains Trust to work out solutions for this New Deal of his. In the first 100 days, they passed 15 major laws, many of which became known as the alphabet agencies. So how did he help the banks? Well, the Emergency Banking Act came in. All banks were closed for 4 days and inspected. Only those that were financially secure and stable were reopened. The impact of this was 5,000 safe banks were opened and over $1 billion was saved in these banks. This led to the banks having more money to start investing in businesses and loaning to people, and it was safe and secure. It started giving help to the poor, that idea of relief. The Economy Act cut spending on the army and government jobs, saving billions to spend on job creation schemes and to help the poor. Federal Emergency Relief Administration gave $500 million to help the poor, set up soup kitchens, blankets for the poor, clothes, job schemes, and also set up nursery programs for children. This helped the poor and the homeless stop deaths from starvation and poverty. Also, it set up a scheme where parents could put their children into nurseries and think about going to work. We've got the Homeowners Loan Corporation. They gave loans to homeowners. So it helped 300,000 homeowners to pay off mortgages rather than lose their home. The National Recovery Administration. This is a voluntary law to improve working conditions through agreements between workers and factory owners. So 2 million employers joined the scheme, leading to better wages, better working conditions, generally a better workplace for people. Then there was help to the unemployed. The Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC. Young people were given 6 months work schemes in national parks to ensure they had jobs. This meant that 2.5 million people were given jobs. However, opponents complained it was just people going off to plant trees, wasn't creating long-term stability in jobs. Then we have the Public Works Administration or the Civil Works Administration. This used government money to fund work schemes like building roads, building hospitals, dams and bridges, big projects. This led to a large reduction in unemployment. 4 million people employed through these agencies. This helped to prime the pump and grow the economy. If people were given money, they could then start spending on services. That was getting the local economy booming again. So farmers then, they had help from the Agricultural Adjustment Administration, the AAA. This set quotas for farmers' production and helped them modernise their farm and also protect their soil. So by setting quotas for production, it meant that prices were kept high. There wasn't an overproduction reducing prices. Farmers could get well paid. Also, they'd be able to look after their farms for the long term. They'd have better equipment, better soil. However, by modernising their farms, it also meant they had equipment they needed fewer labourers. This meant that people could lose their jobs as labourers on the farms. Often black American sharecroppers lost their land or black labourers lost their jobs disproportionately. Then there's the TVA, the Tennessee Valley Authority. This improved land in the Tennessee Valley area. This was often badly impacted by soil erosion and problems. So dams were added to stop flooding and also work was done to improve the soil conditions. Opposition to the New Deal. So businesses, they did not like the new rights given to workers like the NRA. Some would put threatening messages into their employees' pay statements telling them to leave the unions. Others argued that the New Deal was unfair. For example, the TVA took away work contracts, so the state was doing the work of the Tennessee Valley Authority to improve the land, not private companies. Other opposition, the rich, they thought that paying extra tax to the poor was unfair. The poor should work harder and they had that old-fashioned value of thinking the poor were lazy. The Supreme Court showed opposition. They banned some agencies as unconstitutional because federal laws were interfering with state laws, so the AAA got banned in some areas. There was extremism. Others believe the New Deal did not go far enough. Huey Long campaigned to have the wealth of the super rich taken to help the poor. He argued that nobody should earn more than $1 million a year without sharing it. Francis Townsend suggested that all people over 60 should retire and be given $200 a month. This, he claimed, would stimulate the economy and give jobs to the young. Republicans, of course, had opposition to the Democrat New Deal. They believed in rugged individualism and not helping the poor. People should work for themselves to solve their problems. They also felt Roosevelt was too powerful and interfered in people's lives too much. Republicans wanted people to look after themselves more. So like the 1936 election and the Second New Deal. But there was improved welfare and Social Security coming out of it, so the Wagner Act is the big act. This forced employers to accept workers' unions. The Social Security Act provided old age pensions and unemployed benefits as well. So what about solving unemployment then? So all work creation schemes were put under the control of the Works Progress Administration, the WPA. It helped unemployed workers, office workers and even artists. Artists were employed to photograph the improving farms. Over 80,000 photographs were taken. We're helping farmers in this New Deal. Over 500,000 farming families were resettled on better land by the Resettlement Administration, or the RA. Unemployment, 1935, 25% unemployed people dropped to 14% by 1937. However, when the Second New Deal cut the budget for help the unemployed in 1938, the unemployment increased back up to 20%. By 1941, though, unemployment was back down to 10%, although you might want to consider whether this was rearming or providing weapons to the Second World War that really helped with this. What about the poor? Well, unions help workers achieve better pay and conditions, but Black Americans and Native Americans gained less help, and agency often discriminated against them. Particularly if you think about something like the CCC helping fewer Black Americans. Farmers. Many farms were reorganised with better land and equipment. Black American sharecroppers lost land and were forced into further poverty. Well, banks and businesses. Well, GDP, the wealth of the nation, grew from 60 billion in 1933 to 90 billion by 1937. Clearly, the economy is growing. However, the biggest growth came during the Second World War. Trade exceeded $120 billion by 1941. Women. Well, there was no specific help given to women. Under the NRA, women were also paid less than men. On average, women received $525 a month, whereas a man received $1,000 a month. There was some specific help for Native Americans. The Indian Reorganization Act gave loans and helped to Native Americans to buy land and manage their own affairs, including through law courts. However, Native Americans remained one of the poorest groups in America. And finally, Black Americans. One of the problems was lynching was still common in 1930s America. Roosevelt did nothing to stop this. This was because a lot of his party were Democrats, and he couldn't stand up to the Democrats of the South. In the South, help was segregated. CCC camps were divided into black and white facilities. Some southern states also prioritised white people for the CCC. For example, in Mississippi, only 1.7% of those helped were Black Americans, despite the state's population being 50% black. However, over 275,000 Black Americans were helped by the CCC. Okay, well, thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful and you revised your knowledge on the New Deal and the different agencies and how successful it was. And don't forget, if you found it useful, then don't forget to subscribe. Do look at my playlist for a tutoring video all about the New Deal and some of those big questions you can answer. And if you're finding all this useful, take a look at my revision guide. Well, hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.